Hello and welcome. If you're over 50 and actively seeking a job, chances are you've encountered one of the most dreaded questions during an interview. Are you overqualified? On the surface, this question might seem like a compliment, acknowledging your extensive skills and experience. But in reality, it often signals deeper concerns on the part of the hiring manager. In this video, we'll break down what that question really means, the fears behind it, and most importantly, how you can effectively address these concerns to improve your chances of landing the job. We'll also discuss strategies to reduce the perception of career ambition during the interview, a critical step to making the hiring manager feel confident about choosing you for the role. By the end of this video, you'll have actionable insights to help you navigate this difficult but very common situation. Now let's get started. The hidden fears behind. Are you overqualified? Let's take a closer look at what's really going on when a hiring manager asks, "Are you overqualified?" Because the truth is, this question isn't really about your skills or ability to do the job. It's about their concerns, unspoken concerns, about how hiring you could affect the workplace dynamics and even their own position. The first fear is competition. If you're someone with decades of experience, the hiring manager might feel intimidated. They might see you as a potential competitor, someone who could outshine them or even threaten their position in the future. Even if you have no intention of climbing the corporate ladder again, this perception alone can create hesitation. The second fear is that you might feel dissatisfied with the job. If the role comes with a lower salary, fewer responsibilities, or a less prestigious title than you're used to, the hiring manager might assume that you'll feel unhappy or unfulfilled. They might think, what if this person gets bored or frustrated and leaves after a few months? Then I'll have to start the hiring process all over again. The third concern is cultural fit. Many workplaces today have younger teams, and there's often a fear that older candidates might struggle to adapt to the company's culture or work with younger colleagues. There's also the perception, whether accurate or not, that older candidates may not be up to speed with the latest technologies or processes. And finally, there's the issue of long-term stability. Hiring managers might worry that you're only taking the job as a temporary solution while waiting for a better opportunity. They wonder, will you stay in the role long enough to make their investment in you worthwhile? These fears, competition, job satisfaction, cultural fit, and stability, are often the real reasons behind the question, are you overqualified? Understanding these fears is the first step to addressing them. Why career ambition can be a barrier. Now let's talk about how career ambition can sometimes work against you during a job interview. Ambition is generally seen as a positive quality, right? It shows drive and determination. But in the context of being an older, overqualified candidate, it can be misinterpreted as a potential threat. From the hiring manager's point of view, an ambitious candidate with extensive experience might be seen as someone who could disrupt the team dynamic. For example, they might worry that you'll question their decisions or undermine their authority. Even if that's not your intention, emphasizing past senior roles or promotions during the interview can inadvertently reinforce their fear that you're aiming for more than what the job offers. And if you talk about long-term career goals that include leadership aspirations, it might raise a red flag that you're not interested in staying in this position for long. The challenge for older candidates is to strike the right balance. You want to project confidence in your abilities without appearing overly ambitious. The key is to downplay career ambition and focus instead on how you can contribute to the team's success. Strategies to reduce career ambition. During the interview, how can you reduce the perception of career ambition without downplaying your value? The solution lies in a few key strategies. First, focus on the role, not the title. During the interview, emphasize your interest in the responsibilities of the role rather than its rank or prestige. Avoid diving into your past senior positions unless it's directly relevant to the job at hand. For example, you might say, I'm excited about this position because it allows me to use my skills in a meaningful way without needing a leadership title. Second, reassure the hiring manager about collaboration. Highlight your ability to work as part of a team and your willingness to support their leadership. Make it clear that you're there to complement the team, not to compete for leadership roles. You could say something like, my goal is to support the team with my experience and help achieve the company's objectives, not to compete for leadership. Third, address concerns about job satisfaction. Be upfront about your motivations. If you're comfortable with the role's salary and title, say so. Explain that at this stage in your career, you're focused on finding meaningful work rather than pursuing promotions. For example, you might say, "I'm not motivated by titles or compensation at this point in my career. I'm looking for a role where I can contribute and feel fulfilled." And finally, demonstrate stability and alignment. Reassure the hiring manager that you're committed to the role for the long term. Show that your goals align with the company's mission and culture. A statement like, "I see myself contributing to this team for the long term and helping the company achieve its goals," can go a long way in addressing their concerns. Communicating effectively during the interview. In addition to these strategies, effective communication during the interview is key. Let's talk about how you can frame your experience, ask the right questions, and be transparent about your expectations. First, frame your experience as a strength, not a threat. Instead of focusing on your individual accomplishments, position your expertise as a resource for the team. For example, instead of saying, "I led a team of 50 people," you could say, "In my previous role, I helped streamline processes that improved efficiency and morale. I'd love to share those insights to support your team." Second, ask insightful questions to build trust. Use the interview as an opportunity to learn about the hiring manager's challenges and show how you can help. For example, you could ask, "What are the biggest challenges your team is facing right now, and how do you see this role contributing to solving them?" This shows that you're focused on collaboration and problem solving. Third, be transparent about your expectations. If you're comfortable with the role's salary and title, make that clear. You might say, "At this stage in my career, I'm looking for a role where I can make a meaningful contribution and be part of a positive team environment. Titles and compensation are secondary to me." Finally, demonstrate empathy and adaptability. Acknowledge the hiring manager's concerns indirectly by showing understanding and flexibility. For example, you might say, "I've worked with diverse teams from different age groups in the past, and I've always found it rewarding to learn from their perspectives and collaborate effectively." Real-life examples and lessons learned. To wrap this up, let's look at some real-life examples of how these strategies have worked. One candidate, a former senior manager, applied for a mid-level position at a startup. During the interview, instead of emphasizing his leadership achievements, he focused on his ability to mentor younger team members. He told the hiring manager, "I'm here to help, not to compete." This approach reassured the hiring manager that he wasn't a threat, and he was offered the job. In another case, a candidate with senior-level experience applied for a position at a nonprofit. She emphasized her passion for the organization's mission rather than her career ambitions. She said, "I prioritize purpose over position at this stage in my career." Her genuine interest in the role helped her secure the job. These examples show that by focusing on team contributions, reducing the appearance of career ambition, and aligning with the company's goals, older candidates can overcome hiring manager fears and secure meaningful roles. Conclusion. So, to sum it all up, the question, "Are you overqualified?" is rarely about your abilities. It's about the hiring manager's fears of competition, dissatisfaction, cultural mismatch, and lack of stability. To address these concerns, you need to reduce the perception of career ambition and focus on collaboration, stability, and alignment. Remember, being invited to an interview is already a testament to your qualifications. The final step is to address the hiring manager's fears with tact and professionalism. By doing so, you can not only secure the role, but also demonstrate that your experience and perspective are invaluable assets. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on career tips and advice. And as always, good luck with your job search.